Hey folks, welcome back to Game Friend. In this episode, I'll be talking about a game that I just can't seem to stop playing right now, and sharing a few thoughts I've had about the game and also some gameplay. What's up everybody, I'm Krago, and I'm wondering why there aren't more robot cowboy games. There's plenty of Wild Westing, sure, but I'm talking about slapping the sensor with a stake, riding into the sunset and plucking strings for an audience of, well, one mechanical bull. It's just a charm to a rust bucket in a Stetson, and 8 developers who make up Evil Raptor have managed to wrangle me in good with their game. For the past week, I've been playing Far Far West, a co-op extraction shooter that's packed full of drinking, riding, questing, shooting, big explosions, and the occasional off-key rendition of Oh When the Saints on the black and white keys. Far Far West launched this week into early access, so if by the end of this video, if you fancy cracking those knuckles and saddling up for yourself, well, there's only a modest £16 or $20 price tag keeping you from it, which this video isn't sponsored or anything, not at all. I did get the code for free, but I do think it's really good value for what Evil Raptor has cooked up, especially in early access. I did plan on getting a video out for the 1.0 release date, but I wanted to get a proper sense of the fun once the general public got hands-on. And I'm glad I waited because I'm thoroughly enjoying playing with you all, and I do think I'm enjoying it more now than I did in the preview window. So the general idea here is that you will pick a mission, the train driver will deliver you to one of the various maps with their own quirks and collectibles. From there, you will either A-line the mandatory objective and boss battle to extract back out via the train, or just take your time exploring the worlds around you. I think the best way to describe this game is voluntary chaos, as each mission can be as long or as short, and as calm or as crazy as you'd like. You can play it how you want, whether that's completing every side quest, tackling secret missions, seeking out hidden collectibles and mining for as much gold as you can get your hands on, or simply drop in, kill boss, drop out. You know, it's great, I love that. The mandatory mission objectives are pretty decent. These are tasks that can involve summoning waves of enemies at a totem pole, aiming a very large laser gun, and also stuffing a missile with dynamite before firing it at the boss location. Once you've sorted your objective, the boss battle unlocks, and then you can have a fight against a spooky train, some Grim Reaper looking dude, or this bouncy bird. Oh, and there's literally a possessed saloon. It's pretty wild. Both objectives and boss encounters are pretty fun to engage in, but variety is a little bit lacking, which is to be expected if I'm being honest. It's not an issue, I think there's enough variety to keep things interesting, and I know there is much more on the way. Mobility steals the show in Far Far West. I love moving around in this game. There isn't a traditional sprint button, instead it's a dash to boost you forward, and if you time it well with and combine it with a jump, then you're almost manually galloping across the map, like a sort of thing. It's really fun and just different from things like the Apex slide or Fortnite slide and all that jazz. And if you don't fancy manually galloping around the map, you can also whistle for your horse and just ride that way. Coupling the fast-paced bouncing with some bombastic shooting that only gets better the more you play and unlock things, you get this cacophony of chaotic bullet hell fun. There's a bunch of elemental spells that look freaking awesome when unleashed. Fiery infernos, toxic waterfalls, clapping lightning, as well as voodoo and cactus magic. You combine the elements together and you can end up with these fire freaking tornadoes and stuff. It's really cool. It weirdly reminds me of playing Vampire Survivors, but with guns and spells and stuff. After you complete a mission, you can head back to the saloon if you want, the game's main hub area to decompress, hang out with your friends, and manage loot and leveling. The economy in Far Far West is gold, souls, and fragments, which can either buff your character, your guns, and Joker cards. And it's all found in-game, in the missions. There's no monetization whatsoever. Kudos to Evil Raptor. As it stands, you can spend resources to upgrade your character to at least level 20, I believe. You can pick 5 main weapons as well as 5 secondary weapons, and there's supply packs, 30 odd spells, and a whole host of Joker cards to add gimmicks and boosts to your character and your guns. There's so much in this game, and at this early stage in development, I think Far Far West has a decent amount of content to level up and experiment with. Unlocking equipment and guns and stuff like the minigun and the flaming finger gun spell doesn't take up too much time, nor does it feel like a bit of a grind. It's pretty easy if you want it, you can focus on it. It doesn't take too long, but it does make me worry a little how I'll feel once I unlock everything. I don't really see much end game content beyond all of the things that are already in the game. I mean, it's early access. This is to be expected. I'm not that worried. And there's also the stuff like prestiging your guns, which I'm yet to do. But as it stands, I'm completely hooked on exploring the maps, unlocking new guns and toys and things and spells. It's fun. And experimenting in that chaos with the gunplay and movement, oh, it's brilliant. What? It spawned a nuke? Solo play, however, is an area that I do think could use some attention. I understand it is built within a co-op mindset, but the pacing feels a little off when you're going alone. As it stands, if you go down in co-op, you can be revived, but in solo play, it's instant mission failure, which can be a little frustrating if you've spent 30 to 40 minutes collecting everything and then you just die to... It does suck from time to time. But we're in early access, the devs are listening, and I think it would be nice to see some balancing tweaks here and there just to better support those lone rangers. It does feel a little strange that during missions, there's no time limit. There's nothing to push you forward or make you rush through the map. You can go at a leisurely pace if you fancy. Adding a timer could maintain momentum. It could encourage smarter decision making and nudge players into doing more runs rather than trying to clear everything in one go. But I don't really mind where it's at the moment. There's just been moments where maybe I wanted to go collect everything and someone else wanted to run through the map and do the boss battle, which can technically only be started if you're all in the area anyway. So maybe a little frustrating if you're the boss battle guy that's waiting for the me that's making a snowman. Visually, I love what Evil Raptor has done with Far Far West, especially in the hub area. It's Cactus Day, which I don't know what that is, but everybody's celebrating it, putting up these like cardboard cacti and planting them on the roof of the saloon. There's loads of little like secrets to explore, like the NPCs and their weird little quips. The humor in this game is on point. I think the character skins are cool. There's lots of emotes that you can play around with, like playing guitar or the harmonica, and there's an attention to detail that's just really nice to look at. Aesthetics aren't what's ultimately important as long as the game is fun, but it is what initially pulled me in to check out Far Far West, and there is this clean, cartoonish style here, backed with a surprising level of detail and lighting that just ties this whole thing together nicely. And the explosions, honestly, the explosions are awesome. I'm glad that they're channeling a bit of Helldivers with this, and the music in this thing is really freaking good. Like, I did not expect to be this hyped up as a silly little robot cowboy, but I am, and it's great. For an early access title, it's impressive how smooth and well optimized it feels. I've even asked the devs to add a HUD toggle just so I can soak it all in properly. To sum everything up, I think Far Far West has all the tools and features it needs to succeed outside of early access. Straight out of the gate, there's already a pretty awesome community, and I believe if Evil Raptor continue to support and add to their game, then we've got a very good one on our hands here. Far Far West is available in early access on Steam now. I'll reserve my full thoughts for a proper game release, maybe when it goes onto console or just it comes out of early access. But what do you think of the game? I'd be interested to know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this casual conversational video, then hit the like button. If you didn't, dislike. It's fine. And of course, subscribe if you're new. For more content like this, be sure to stick with your game friend. Until next time, cheerio.